Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
All right, we are starting season 2 right now. It is our second year of podcasting. Hopefully you digged that new intro song, and I'm excited to share this episode with you guys because it really is a feel-good episode. We're going to talk about some of the big client wins we've seen, the culture shift we've noticed inside the gym, some of the things behind the scenes that Susie and I are working on, and we're just really excited for this second year of podcasting, and we hope you dig this episode. Something that is also new is that if you guys do want to support us and you do feel like you get good value out of this podcast, we have a link down below where you can donate $5 or $10, and it is considered a buy me a protein shake, which you guys know by now if you've been around here. Protein is the most important macronutrient, and we're all about those protein shakes. So if you want to support the podcast and you're getting good value, you can go down to the link below and donate some of your hard-earned money so we can help grow this podcast to the next level. All right, we appreciate you and enjoy this episode. All right, ready? Let's do it. The light is on. CrossFit Max is on air. What's up, team?
Welcome back, everybody. Susie here.
And Brandon.
Nice. Susie first.
We're in it.
Hopefully, to win it.
Hopefully you guys are in it too.
Maybe we could do a better intro than last week because last week we were a little unhinged.
Hey, last week, if you didn't catch it, it was our 52nd second.
Oh no.
Words are hard.
Off to a bad start here.
52nd episode, which means we had released an episode every single week for 1 year straight. So this is now our 53rd episode. So welcome to year 2 of podcasting on the CrossFit Max.
We're so much more professional
platform. We're killing it. We're fully in it now. And this episode,
we weren't in it before, but now year 2, buckle up, everybody.
Yeah. I'm just looking at LP over there hanging. We got a little window into our gym here, and LP's just hanging on top of this chin-up bar forever. That's very impressive.
He's like a robot or something, I think.
We're going to be talking about a bunch of our members today. We're going to be talking about a lot of the wins that we've heard. We're going to do some shout-outs. We're just going to talk about how amazing our people are in our community, essentially.
Yeah, so get your tissues.
No tissues, except for Susie. And
I can't help it. I always cry.
But before, we're going to talk about we're going to go into our banter topic. And we're going to just talk about gym updates because we're talking about the community. We want to talk about the gym updates. We have a lot of cool things in the works. It is April 2024. The best
month of the year.
First quarter of 2024 is now behind us. And now we're entering the second quarter, and we got some fun things planned. And I feel like we hit the ground running in the first quarter, and now we're really excited for the rest of this year. I feel like we have laid the foundation for 2024, and now...
I can't believe how quick it's going, though. Like, holy crap.
I feel like now we're working more on the creative side of things and trying to get new people into the gym.
Yeah, I think one of our big goals at the moment is to try and increase memberships.
Yeah. And
to deck out the gym with epic equipment.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Those are like top priorities right now.
Yeah, the first quarter, first part of the year is really like you have people who want to start changing their life. It's the new year, which is amazing, and I love that. We also had the Open, which is like the most fun part of CrossFit, the most enjoyable time of the year, but it is at the beginning of the year. It's in February/March.
It lights the fire, though.
Which is less about like when we're posting about things. It's less about marketing towards getting new people. It's more just
cultivating the community we do have already.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Wow, you said it way better than me.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm the brains in this. So. You're the beauty, babe.
We had like the neon workout to begin with, and we had the Open. So it's more about focusing on the internal side of things while letting outside people come to our gym, and we got to welcome them and love them as much as possible. But now we got to go out and get some people. And yeah,
grow the fam.
We got some cool things in the works. If you are listening to this kind of closer to the date of release, then hopefully,
which for us is tomorrow.
Which is tomorrow, yeah.
I got my work cut out for me.
April 17th will be release date. So hopefully you guys may have noticed, or maybe you haven't noticed, but if you open your Wodify app, you're gonna see a cool new logo.
So like you gotta close it fully.
Yep.
And then reopen it so it like loads up.
Although I do think it reloads every single day, at least. But if you're by this point, by they're listening, they shouldn't have to do that. Yeah, let's fight. Let's do it. Looking into the future here. Looking into the future, they'll open it up and it'll pop up right away, which I am so excited for.
Anyways, it's freaking cool. Yeah. So, these tiny little modifications you see are Brandon's little magic brain working behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a cool graffiti logo.
Yeah.
And it's got our beautiful colors.
Yeah.
Blue and bright pink.
I just can't get over how unique our colors are, and that we've just done such a good job of forcing all of these grown men in our community to love the color pink. It's actually contagious. People purposely show up to the gym with pink gear now, and they're like, well, I had to buy it, it's pink. And I'm like, a
funny story on this.
This is epic.
On a funny story on this, we're going to be talking about our members in a second, but I
actually think this whole episode is just going to be us saying personal anecdotes back and forth. Your turn.
We have our fundraiser coming up, our epic CrossFit Max Fit course, and I know we're going to talk about this in a second, but we tried to form some groups. There's a lot of people that were individually signed up and wanted to form teams of 3. And anyways, I got Rebecca, Ashley, and Treldon in a group together.
Love it.
And I have a conversation with them on Facebook, like a little messenger group. And it's so funny because I think it was Ashley. Ashley wrote in the group when their whole team was confirmed saying, what color should we be wearing? Should we match for our uniform for the race? And if you guys don't know, Ashley and Rebecca
are queens of the pink. Literal queens of it. They were already pink gals before they joined the gym, and then we just made them ultra pink gals.
Yeah. Or they're only at our gym because of the pink marketing.
They probably saw the pink barbells and were like, sign me up.
Anyways, so I was like, is this even a question right now, Ashley? And then Treldon wrote red or blue underneath. He's like...
Then you should have just blocked him, remove from group, cancel his membership, get out.
Poor guy. He's like, I don't own any pink. I was like, don't worry, Treldon, I got you. I'll bring you something pink so you could wear with the ladies.
Guys, if you were to come into our closet, you would see a lot of black, a little bit of white, and pink on pink on pink on pink.
Yep.
Brandon has 2 pink hoodies, and he has an entire section.
Well, I have 2 pink hoodies, but all the other hoodies also have traces of pink on them.
Yeah, black hoodies with pink logos and pink stripes and whatever the heck. And he has a whole section. You know how most people, they have their whitewash and their black wash? We have a whitewash, a pink wash, and a black wash.
Yeah.
When we're doing laundry, when I'm doing the laundry, it's we have enough pink clothes that they get their own designated wash.
Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that in there because I thought it was freaking hilarious.
That is so funny.
With the pink and stuff.
And what did they respond?
Oh, yeah, Treldon just I don't. He's like, fine, we could wear pink, but I don't have any pink. So I said, don't worry, Treldon, I'll hook you up. I'll give you something.
Don't worry. We're the pink pushers around here.
But yeah, sorry. I kind of wanted to spill that out. What were we talking about before that?
Our epic new logo.
Yeah.
That has our beautiful colors.
Yes, we got the new logo.
So it's red and blue in case everyone's wondering.
Yeah. So we got the new logo. We got one of the things we're gonna start doing is really pushing for new people to start at our gym.
Yeah, we want to get creative, trying to get some fresh meat.
Some fresh meat.
As soon as I started to say that, I was like, this isn't gonna sound good.
This is the podcast you want to send to the new people Looking for fresh
meat.
Anyways, so we're gonna be trying to push, and we're gonna be doing like a little bit of a promotion,
a special exclusive
and
promotion.
We're putting some things together that I'm excited for. I feel like I can,
like a swag pack.
Yeah, I feel like we can talk about it a little bit because we haven't finalized everything. So don't hold us to this. But
These are just
probably the new people won't hear this.
These are just ideas. So if it doesn't exactly come out this way, too bad.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we are for sure going to be doing is we're going to be launching some new merch.
Yeah, that's going to be for everybody.
Yep. And that's
new merch is going to have our new logo.
That's going to have the new logo on it. So we're looking into options with that with Sandra. And yeah, so that's definitely coming to the community really, really soon.
Some
but
spring, summer merch.
Yeah, exactly. So some sleeveless stuff, you know, the drill. It's going to be hot real soon. It's going to get even toastier inside the gym. So we got to get ready for that. So I'm excited about that new merch, and I'm excited for the new logo to be on. Baby?
Well, yeah, actually, yes.
And that means what?
That means our hydro bill's going to go down.
Yes.
Just kidding.
And yeah, so that shirt is going to be in the package that we're going to put together.
Yep.
We're going to be looking at
some shaker cups.
Some cool shaker cups. Those are in the works.
Sick protein.
Yeah.
We're selling an awesome new brand of protein.
Yep.
That we feel is just more aligned with our big, bold personalities.
Yeah. So we're selling the Ghost supplement line inside our gym.
We got the protein. Like affiliating with Chef Santé.
Yep.
So that's really fun.
Yep.
And if we're gonna sell really epic protein, we need epic shaker cups.
Yeah. So we're working on some like CrossFit Max shaker cups, which will be branded. Exactly. So we're gonna put that in the package. We're working on creating a really cool box. You know, it's kind of the little details that I want to work on, but we're creating like a CrossFit Max box to put all these cool things in, which is going to be branded and customized. It's going to have the new logo on it, and it's just going to be poppin'. So I'm excited about that. And there's a couple other things that we're going to put in there, but we won't go into full details on those stuff just yet because there's pending. But yeah, those are some of the things that we're going to offer in this promotion for new people to sign up, because this is
it's like a signing bonus. Basically, we're going to use it as like a gift.
Yeah.
Upon securing a membership.
Exactly.
That's going to be the thing.
So the goal is to get them through our foundation program, which is now a really cool 2-week process that gets them in and, you know, committed to the lifestyle right away.
Yeah.
It's 3 sessions per week. It takes 2 weeks total. They go through their foundation program, and then boom, they're right into the group training. They'll get their package. They're going to get the cool box, the shirt, the shaker cup, a couple elements we'll throw in there.
And they definitely can't leave after that because they have like all the gear.
Hell yeah. 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 So we're working on that. That's in the works as well. And these are all like creative but time consuming things that I'm excited about. And then we have our fundraiser coming up, which is next weekend, and it's freaking incredible. To this day and time, we have raised $4,100 from our community, which is so epic, guys. I cannot believe that we're even close to that number.
We've kind of we planned this out, and we thought we'll be really lucky if we get close to 3,000.
I thought we said 2,000. My goodness.
Well, we said 2,000 would be like a realistic goal.
Yeah, true.
But if we were like hard in the paint with it, we thought maybe we could get close to 3,000.
Yep.
And the fact that we've just broken over 4,000 makes me want to cry.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking cool. And what we've
like
said
happy
with that,
tears.
Yeah, what we said is that we will now donate $2 for every $1. So right now we've raised just over $4,000. We are going to put $8,000 of our personal money into it, and we're going to make a huge rogue order, which I am so stoked about.
You know how much things we can get with $12,000?
Nothing. It's like 6 pieces of equipment. That's it.
It's
just
true,
kidding.
actually, because it is really expensive. But we can get some really cool new additions to the gym, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with some Rogue Echo bikes. which is a solid piece of equipment. I think we've
We
talked
should
about
do like
this.
an unboxing video when we get the new equipment.
We've talked about this in the podcast before, but it's an incredible machine. Works lower body, upper body, your cardiovascular system. You can do some like longer stuff with it, lower intensity. You can do some like higher power output stuff. And it's just a freaking incredible machine. So we're going to get 4 of those. Yeah. We're going to get an extension on the rig, which I think will be huge because our classes are pretty much getting to 12 to 15 people every single time now. So we need an extension on the rig. It's going to be extended
more racks
by 10 feet. So we're going to get a long pull-up bar in there, followed by a short pull-up bar, and that short pull-up bar is also going to add an extra squat rack on it. So now in the group class, we'll have the 4 squat stands plus our
bonus rack,
our independent one where we can move around. So that'll add. So just when we're doing the group training and we have to share barbells, instead of having like 3 to 4 people per squat rack, now we can do 3 people per squat rack, or sometimes even just 2. And that'll be great in terms of managing. Also in terms of like the gymnastic side of things, the pull-ups, the toes to bar, it's getting crowded on there.
We'll have people fighting over spots.
Yep. Don't worry, my shorter athletes, the long pull-up bar will probably be the short. Pull-up bar will continue to make it shorter.
Don't worry, my shorter athletes, we're going to teach you how to jump real soon.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. That's a big investment. And then we're also going to get a few more barbells. And plates. The barbells, I'll tease it now. Right now, we have the black men's barbell with the silver, I think I call it the shaft. That's the end, right? So it's like a long black sleeve, and then the
you can't say the word shaft with like a straight face. I'm 12, sorry.
The ends of the barbell,
the long shaft at the end.
The ends of the barbell are silver.
Yes.
While the sleeve is black. I'm doing hand motions over here. That's making it better for Susie. I love my wife.
Welcome to the CrossFit Max podcast.
So anyways, we have 4 of those.
Yes.
And then for the women's barbells, we have the blue and the pink ones. Yeah. So what we're going to be doing is we need to get some more men's barbells, because even in the 9 a.m. class I just coached, we had 6 guys, 6 girls. So we're starting to have a little bit more men in the group training. So we're going to get 2 new men's barbells, and it's going to be flipped colors. So we're going to get a silver sleeve with black ends to it. We're going to get 2 of those. Shaft. And then we're going to get 1 more women's pink barbell, because we have 4 blue ones and 3 pink ones. We need to get just 1 more.
We got to even it out.
Women's barbells. So in total, we'll have 14 barbells, 6 men, 8 women barbells. I'm so
excited!
Which will be fun. We'll also be getting some new bumper plates, some 10s, some 15s, some 25s. Some clips, a couple med balls as well.
And that sums up about 20 grand right there.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, we'll also be getting another utility bench for like bench press or whatever other exercises.
Hip thrusts.
And then, I mean, the fundraiser's not over. By the time you guys hear this, the fundraiser goes until April 27th. So we still got 10 more days to go.
We will put our GoFundMe link in the show notes so that you can make a donation if you so choose.
Yeah.
And remember, every dollar you give is $2 we'll give. So if you donate $100, you're really donating $300 to the gym.
Exactly. And we will invest every single dollar into those equipment.
Yeah. We'll show you the receipts.
We got this.
I'm excited.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. And there's some other things in the works that I don't quite feel ready to discuss, but some exciting things that I want to do. But that'll be a good start to the year, start to the second quarter. And yeah, that'll lead us in a really good direction going into the summertime, which I'm excited about.
I'm excited about maternity leave.
Susie will be MIA in the summer for a little bit. Not for too long, but just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And I know that everyone will be excited to meet our little boy. So he'll probably be a little bit of a gym baby.
He will be. Yep. But yeah, so all exciting things happening on the gym side, the behind the scenes. But what we want to talk about is the things that are in front of the scenes, which are the people.
You're killing it.
Which is
words
which is all the amazing people.
Yeah.
Like something that I've noticed over the last few weeks is there's just been this shift of energy.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I mean, maybe it's from the open, I'm not really sure, but a lot of the people have been coming up to us and giving us a lot of their, I guess we'll say wins, their personal wins, which I want to share. Some people have just been killing it inside the gym, and I just want to make a few shout outs to that. And yeah, so I've just noticed there's been like this huge culture shift in the way people are communicating and the way people's energy are in the gym, the way people are attacking workouts, the way people are handling their health outside of the gym as well.
Yeah,
like
that's
not just the 60 minutes they're spending inside the class with us, but the time that they're spending outside that 60 minutes. Because remember, we only got you for an hour of day, but there's 23 other hours. So you can come to the gym and get a good workout in and eat like shit outside, not move, sit down all day, not sleep really well, and not really get any health benefits out of your 60 minutes here.
Right.
But if you can get a good 60 minutes of training here, and we can try to give you some more tips and
practical life skills.
Yeah, like we're doing through this podcast, like we're doing through our private community group, like we're doing on our Instagram, the conversations that we're having extra before class, after class, messenger tips and stuff like that when you guys reach out to us. So yeah, all things about the community members in this episode. You want to go? Or you want me to start?
You start, baby.
Well, why don't you start with one of the conversations we literally had before starting this episode?
Mr. Cam.
Yes, Cam is a prime example of someone who has really taken their health to a full flip, a full 180.
As we were talking to him, I said, Cam, we're going to talk about you in like 10 minutes from now on the podcast because everything that's coming out of your mouth is literal gold. It is literally the reason why Brandon and I got into this business and continue to be so passionate about what we're doing.
Do a quick recap of Cam's situation really fast, like 30 seconds.
We've talked about him before on the podcast, but Cam joined the gym how long ago now? Like a year and a half?
I think it's got to be a year now, I believe.
It's over a year. Over a year for sure because it was like a fall time, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, like a year and a half ago, Cam walked into our doors and he came in for a semi-sweat intro. Never done CrossFit before. Never really worked out in a gym before, I don't think. And he nearly passed out.
Yeah, I mean, he did.
Yeah.
He was out.
He was, we had a 7-minute AMRAP at the end of his semi-sweat intro. Yep. This is supposed to be like a very doable workout. It's supposed to make you feel like a winner.
It's not just doable, it's low intensity. It's a really, really low intensity session.
And unfortunately,
we're not doing any complex movements.
No.
Bike, push up, ring
row, and air squats.
Yeah.
For 7 minutes, and he was just in such bad shape at that time that his system kind of shut down on him.
Yeah.
And you could tell, mentally he really wanted it. That's probably why he got to that point.
Yeah.
Because he did come in with, he was trying to push himself. Mm-hmm. But then his body shut down on him.
Yeah. He started getting, woozy.
Yeah.
We kind of, held on to him, and then we put him down on the ground.
We lay him down on the ground. We had to
out for a couple seconds.
We had to lift his legs up, give him some electrolytes.
Yeah.
And, we had a really, really stern but kind conversation with him saying this is not normal. Your body should not be shutting down like this after a 7-minute workout. This is a big sign that there needs to be a massive lifestyle change in your life.
Yeah.
And use this as your fuel to keep coming back, because obviously as business owners we're like, oh shit, this guy's never gonna come back. He's just had a scary experience.
This is by the way a super rare occasion, and this only happened
twice
in our 2 years.
And we told him
twice in first time ever in a semi-sweat. The other time was not it was in a group setting.
Yeah. Anyways, it does happen, but we just kind of gave him the tough love of look, you got to use this as a reason to come back, not as a reason to be fearful.
Mm-hmm.
And he did exactly that. I told him, and we always laugh about it. I told him, we're going to laugh about this in a few years if you keep this up.
Yeah.
And that's literally what we do now. We laugh about it because he has literally made an entire shift on his physical, mental, everything, wellness, all things. He's now also a leader in his workplace and everything, that's promoting health.
That's the big thing I want to take away from that.
The big things that we just talked about with him just now, he was telling us about how, I don't remember what I was going to say because...
Well, he was telling us, well, first he showed us a photo of his fridge.
Oh, yes.
So first he bought another fridge, and he took a photo of it and he showed it to us. And so Cam's a vegan. I think it's for cultural reasons. He's Indian.
Vegetarian,
excuse me. Yeah, not vegan. Excuse me, not vegan, vegetarian. So he's Indian, and I think that goes with his culture from where he's from. So he's vegetarian, yes. But it's super important that you still consume protein. So he's been getting it from Greek yogurt, milk, and eggs. Those are his primary
sources of protein.
Exactly. So he literally just showed us a photo of his new fridge that he bought that is stacked with a bunch of different Greek yogurts, a bunch of like higher protein milks, a full stack of eggs, which is so cool. And I'm like, holy crap, like this guy is 100, it's a whole flip.
A full lifestyle change.
Yeah. And yeah, so that's cool. He's talking about getting people from his work to maybe do like a corporate event here. He's encouraging people at work to join races with him. He's joining a run club. He's been with our run club now for the last few weeks.
Hell yeah.
So
he's been crushing, just like he's been uber consistent with his CrossFit Max training and getting his CrossFit workouts in. But he also always is encouraging other people. He's really just like a light and joy. He's always smiling when he walks in the gym and when he walks out of the gym. And, you know, he said all of the things that we dream to hear our clients say, you know. He's saying, like, it's not just that I feel healthier, like I have more confidence. It helps your social relationships. It helps everything. He was telling us that he's reading this book. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a book about longevity. Yeah. And literally, like, he's woven into his life all things health and wellness. And it's really, really special to see that we maybe had a little bit of an impact on that big shift that he's made.
Yeah, it's incredible. And that's just one member. Let's talk about someone else here. Actually, I want to... Okay, we put up a post about Lucy.
Yes.
And she is someone that has done an incredible, let's say, weight loss journey. I guess something that she wanted to do was just lose some weight. Actually, it's something that she's honestly been wanting to do for a couple years now.
A long time. Mm-hmm.
And
kind of started working with her during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right?
What's that?
You were working with her online.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, I was working with her on nutrition during the pandemic before we even opened up the gym. Yeah. And it's something that I feel like the biggest hurdle has always been the mentality around like the shift. There needs to be some sort of mental shift when you're trying to, let's say, lose weight. And not everybody has to lose weight. This can be a personal preference. I'm going to talk about a couple other people who have shared their weight loss with me as well. But she, like, something that she hit the age of 50, and she kind of hit like this position where she was unhappy with her body weight. She used to be leaner, and she kind of always had this mindset of, well, I can never be as lean as I once was, or when I was 40 or when I was 30.
Right.
And something that we, you know, she came to me or she came to us about this, you know, this weight loss challenge. She wanted to follow like a more rigorous diet. She wanted to do extra working out. And she started that, I think, around January, February, after she came back from her trip. And so she took 75 days to really like push really hard for it. And she was uber strict on her nutrition. Yeah. She was really, really
diligent.
I was going to say consistent with her training. Although Lucy has been someone who has been super consistent with her training.
Yeah,
especially over the last 2 years.
She generally has had.
But she has been extra extra consistent in terms of like doing a little bit of extra work after class. She was doing some ab workouts and just doing a little bit extra stuff. Anyways, after 75 days, she lost 19 pounds.
Well
and
done.
You can tell it's a pretty big difference in terms of like the visual, like someone looking from outside, right? And I think it's super impressive that she took more of a strict approach. And although we preach balance, you know, you should be stricter on yourself and you should be living a healthier lifestyle 80 to even 90% of the time,
right?
And give yourself that 10%, maybe 20% leeway.
Yep.
But we also encourage people to set goals. And if your goal is to lose a little bit of weight because you're feeling heavier, you maybe excess body fat on your body that you want to lose, that you're unhappy with, either you don't feel good emotionally or you feel more lethargic. So there's many reasons why people might want to lose weight, and we're definitely encouraging of setting goals. One of the things that you have to do is you have to set like behavioral goals, and she did that, and she was really, really strict about it. And the cool thing is that I think that she's come away from this mindset of, I can never be as lean as I once was because now I'm 50, right? Now I'm 51. Well, I can never be as lean as I was when I was 35 years old. But numbers are numbers. That's what they are. Whether you're 50, 51, whether you're 60, whether you're 25,
right,
whether you want to lose 10 pounds or 15 pounds, like anything is doable when you set your mind to it. And I think she really just shut those deep talks of her saying, I can never be as lean as I once was, into thinking, hey, I'm going to do my very best and I'm going to see what I can get out of it.
Yeah, and she pushed herself out of her comfort zone.
She definitely did.
And she totally has reaped the reward from that because the numbers don't lie.
Numbers do not lie, yeah, for sure.
And I think one of the things that I've enjoyed the most about having Lucy in our community is that she's always been extremely dedicated. She's always had an extremely positive, encouraging outlook towards everybody else. Mm-hmm. But sometimes Brandon and I notice, because that's our job to notice these things, is that she forgets to cheer for herself. And I feel like the last few months I've noticed a massive shift in she's including herself in that now.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably partially why she was so successful.
Yeah.
Because it's not just being strict about your nutrition, it's also being mentally positive and engaged in the process.
Yeah, I agree with that. And she's killing it. And
Absolutely.
That's another client, someone else that had a really, really good conversation with is Victor. Victor came up to me on Saturday.
Oh, I just want to cuddle him every time I see him. I just love you, Victor.
Victor's this short, little, quiet guy.
He's so quiet, so I just want to cuddle him.
He's so innocent, and but man, he's been ultra consistent with his training. I think before he wasn't as consistent. He was coming 3 times per week.
And then he had a couple small injuries flare up, and he kind of got some, what we would say, less than desirable advice from people. If a medical professional ever tells you, oh, you got to stop working out, it's a bit of a red flag, because you may need to modify the way you work out, but stopping altogether is never going to serve your health.
Exactly.
So anyways,
so he's
back.
He's upped his membership.
He's
been doing unlimited. I think for sure he's been doing 4 sessions. I think he might be doing 5 sessions per week, but he's told me that he's lost 20 pounds already.
He looks good too. You can see it.
Which is great. And there's just some of the cool things that he's talked to me about is him just taking away the little things on the podcast that we talk about. One thing that he said, he's been going for walks almost every single day.
Damn.
For 30-minute walks. That's crazy. He's
and he even choices are so powerful.
And he even said that even on days where it's raining, I bring my umbrella and I go out for a walk.
Wow. And you know what?
So
the mental health benefits of getting outside for 30 minutes a day are also probably massive impact.
Yeah. So he's lost a bunch of weight. He's feeling better. He's been incorporating more protein into his diet as well. Yeah.
He did also tell me that he's starting to feel better in the cardio pieces. That has been something that has been his weakness in the gym is more on the cardio side of things. And, he's like, I'm really starting to like feel the difference
Yeah.
in those cardio sessions now. And that gets me so fired up because when you start to feel different in your body like that, you can just like never go back to not feeling that way. You know, I feel like once you start to be like, oh, okay, like it feels good to have my heart pounding and my lungs working and stuff, and you feel a little bit more in tune with the workout, not like the workout is spanking you, but you're spanking it.
Yeah.
That's just like such a fun shift in your workout journey, and I think that's where you're like kind of bought in forever.
Yeah. I think something that I've had a good conversation with Cam just now, actually, and also with Victor. One of the things he told me that really helped him is I had a conversation with him a couple months ago, and I've also spoken about this on the podcast, but so many of our members show up to the gym early, like they're supposed to. You're supposed to show up 10 to 15 minutes before
guys.
class.
We love you.
And one of the things some people do is just sit down. They just sit on the bench waiting for the class to start. And something that I've talked to both Cam, or something that I've spoken to Victor about, and I've spoken on the podcast about this, and Cam just told me that really kind of clicked for him, is that if you want to get better at your cardio and you in the gym for even 3-4 minutes early, hop on a bike. If you're training 3 to 4 times per week, and you can get on a bike and just do
an extra few minutes,
an extra 3 to 5 minutes. You do that for a week, right? Every single time you're at roughly 15 minutes of extra cardio that you've done. That's a huge difference. You add that times 52 weeks, and that's a lot of extra cardio you have done at the end of the year just by sitting on the bike and pedaling on the bike. Or maybe you have other goals that you want to do. Maybe you want to work on your flexibility or your mobility, like you grab some elastic bands, or you do some extra hip drills and stretching, or I don't know, you want to get your shoulders a little bit stronger. Maybe you grab some dumbbells and do some pressing before. The little things, like so many of you guys walk into the gym a few minutes early. Use that time. You want to get better at double unders. Get that rope. Take 5 minutes of practice.
Yeah, shout out to Sylvain. He's been putting in work with his skipping rope, and it's showing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's another great win. So something that Cam told me, he said, hey, when you said that on the podcast, it kind of clicked. And I did notice, especially over the last few weeks, that Cam has been showing up very early to the gym, like at least 15 minutes early.
He's always the first one of the class walks in.
It's true. It's really true. I love that. The first one in the gym and the last one out. And he is on the bike, or he's doing ski, rowing, whatever that is. He's on a machine just doing like extra cardio before the class starts. Like
that's going to pay so much.
Like he's sweating before the class is starting, and I freaking love that.
I love that too. Yeah. That's freaking awesome.
And that's something that Victor has done a really good job of. And he mentioned that to me on the Saturday. He's like, yeah, even just getting on the bike, like you're talking about his cardio feeling better. It's just those little things, like just hopping on a bike and doing 4 or 5 minutes of just low intensity biking that increases your overall cardiovascular system. Right?
I think it's just like so fun for us to see that like these little nuggets, like actually, like we're not just saying shit. Yeah. Like it works.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious. Let's just lean into Sylvain for a second. Sylvain wants to get his double unders, and like that's a movement that's been frustrating for him. And almost every single time after the workout or before the workout, I hear that freaking skipping rope going and going. And now I feel like I hear it way more skipping and less slapping.
Yeah, less whipping.
Like he's totally been dedicated to that. It's just like a couple extra minutes before the workout, or a couple extra minutes when the workout is done. He's been getting that rope out, and now he's chaining double unders together. Whereas literally like 3-4 weeks ago, it was one trip.
Yeah.
Reset. One. Yeah. Maybe not even one, you know, and like we're just a few weeks in, and because he's been taking a couple minutes after every class to work on the movement, he's just getting the movement.
Yeah. It's not magic, guys. It's nothing crazy. You just got to put in the time and stuff. Another couple athletes I want to shout out. A couple, actually.
There's a very... Okay, never mind. I thought you were going to go somewhere else.
No, I was going to say Ian has been really, really consistent with his training. I think he's been training 5 days a week.
Yo, he is putting in the work.
He's doing a combination of hybrid, like he's training open gym and group class.
Yep.
And the other day, like he had his shirt off, and I was like, damn, like Ian's looking like
shreddy.
Very, like, he's looking a lot leaner.
I went up to him. His shoulders are looking defined.
Yeah, he's looking like fit. And anyways, so I just went up to him. I was like, hey man, like you're looking like a little fitter right now. Like, keep it up. Like, you've been super consistent. He's like, yeah, been losing a little bit of weight, been feeling really good.
Nice.
And then Bridget was in the class, his wife. And I was like, damn, Ian's getting lean. And like, you've been super consistent too, Bridget. She's like, yep, I'm down 10 pounds.
Wow. Well done.
Yeah.
She is someone who also puts in a lot of work after the classes on her gymnastics.
Yes.
She has been killing it, working on those pull-ups and those toes to bar and all of those gymnastics movements.
It's crazy. Like, just a few months ago, she couldn't even chain like 2 or 3 pull-ups in a row.
Now she's just,
and then I told her, I said, hey, like, I just gave her like a straight up set. I said, hey, we're going to do these cluster sets. You're going to do one really good one, rest 10 seconds. You're going to do that 3 times. And then after you complete that, you're going to take a minute break and you're going to repeat that for 3 sets of that. And then after a couple weeks, we're going to do 2, 2, 2. Rest a minute, repeat that for 3 sets. And now she's chaining like 5+ repetitions in a row, like so freaking smooth too.
Beast.
So that power couple has just been so uber consistent with their training. And
I love when we get the families in too. Their daughter Steph trains here too.
Yeah. Steph's now done or almost done school, done her semester, so
hopefully
she'll be in the gym.
See her a little bit more over the summer.
Yeah. So who did you think I was going to talk about next? Was it
Daphne?
Oh, Daphne. Yeah, for sure.
Massive shout out to our little Daphne.
Yeah.
I feel like she's just like a little prodigy. Like, I just wish I could have her beside me all day, every day, because this girl, every time she walks in the gym, this is just a personal anecdote. She tells me how cute I look, how nice I look. She's like rubbing my little baby bump, and like, it's impossible not to be in a good mood in her presence. First of all, she's just a little joy.
Yeah.
Even when she's a little cranky, she's still adorable and the best.
Yeah.
But she just unlocked a very exciting new movement because she's been putting in the work.
First girl to do it here.
Yeah.
She got her first muscle up.
Hell yes.
Which is something that we've been working on for maybe 2 months now.
Yo, she earned that. And not only did she just like get her first muscle up, she got her muscle ups. Like, it was just
2
like
in a row or something.
Then she got another one and another one and another one and another one. And I was so lucky that I got to bear witness to that moment.
Yeah.
She just, it's not like it wasn't like, oh, you got the one and then it's kind of unpredictable. Like, she unlocked the movement and she was flying on that pull-up bar, and it was so exciting. Everybody in the gym was excited. People were cheering for her. I feel like we're all invested in each other's fitness journey, and it was just so freaking impressive to see her nail that movement. And you know, she's somebody who does personal programming with you as well as the group classes, and you can just tell that she's been putting in the work and she's reaping the rewards.
Exactly. Yeah. There's so many, I mean, there's so many people to shout out that I just want to shout out every single person, even coming away from just the like weight loss, performance side of things. There are people that are changing their mindset. They're communicating with each other. Like, someone that we shouted out last week was Laurie, who's bringing like a high energy.
You know, it's a good class when you have people with those energies in your class, because you can feel them bringing the positivity out of other people. And those are my favorite moments as a coach. For sure. Obviously, it's so fun to see people lose weight and to get a new movement and all that. But like, when you see someone in the community introduce themselves to a new person or tell a new person like, hey, really, really good job. Like, that was a tough workout, but you crushed it, or anything like that. It's like, I could literally cry because it's just so special. Yeah,
it's really, really cool. Even like the small things. I'll give an example. I know in our community group chat, I discussed this and I sent a message last week, but I was just reminding people about our run club on the Sunday. I think I sent this message like Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And Katie wrote that she was going to come do her first run club, and that she was nervous. And then I purposely didn't say anything. I said like, hey, like, let me just not reply to this and let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
And it was so cool. There was several people that wrote underneath that, like, don't stress, you'll run with me, I got you. I think Vanessa did, Maria did, I think there was a couple other people. Why can I not remember? But it was so cool to see the community bring her up like that instead of it being Susie and myself, where at the beginning of us opening this gym and starting this community, a lot of the time it would be us that would say, hey, don't worry about this. This is a social run. Like, this is not meant to be hard, or this is not meant to be like a sprint. It's not for time. It's just meant to get out there, get a good run in, get a good cardio piece in, socialize with people, be with your community, and just have fun with it, and, you know, build up the tolerance of running at the same time.
Right.
And there were so many cool people that just like came, like rose to the occasion, and just and we're just like, don't stress, Katie, we got you. And I think that was so cool. And
Very
I think
powerful.
I think we're seeing that not just in like a messenger, but we're also seeing that like in terms of like the group training. People, you know, when they're partnering up and they're doing their squats together, they're partnering up and do this. Like, hey, like, let's add that 2.5. Like, let's go. Like, you can do this. You can do this. You know, like, I got you. You know, like, hey, I'll spot you. Like, you go. You can do this. Or, you know, something that happened, just a very, very small detail that really blew my mind was there was this, I think it was the 6 a.m. class a couple weeks ago. We were doing an AMRAP or an EMOM of some sort. And anyways, typically we usually do like a 3, 2, 1 time, and then the workout's done. And then a lot of the times if we do like, if when we do our countdowns out loud, oftentimes we see people stop. Like 5 seconds left, 4, 3, and then someone will just stop, like give up. Instead of what happened that day, it was so cool. Everyone, I said like 3, and they were at the top, like all 4 of them were at the top of the box, and they all stood down as fast as they could to get one more jump in.
Oh, wow.
And I thought that was such a powerful moment, and I was like, fuck, just wanted to scream and be like, fuck yeah. like that to me, like, gets me fired up, because
people go to that last second.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I really could care less about how you performed in a workout. I could care less.
Brandon's getting a little emotional.
I could care less about the weight that you put on the bar, how many rounds you did, how many repetitions you did. But if you give it your effort, your best effort, that's what gets me fired up. So it didn't matter what their reps were. The fact that I said 3 seconds and then they like stood down from the top of the box to get one more rep in, and they were like synchro. This is such a cool moment. They were all synchro at the top. 3, 2, they stepped down and jumped up, and I was like, time. And I was like, yeah.
Aww. I wish everyone could see us on video right now, because we both have tears in our eyes talking about this.
So those moments of effort when people just, it doesn't matter what the weight is. I could care less if it's 65 pounds or 165 pounds. But if you're like, you know what, like, let's put that 2.5 on. Like, let's go. You know, for you, that'll be heavy, and that's incredible.
Go to that last second. Or get that extra rep.
And it's even cooler now. Someone's like, no, you got this. You got this. You can do that. You could grab the 30-pound dumbbells, you know. A moment that we had with Sasha yesterday, there was some devil press in there. And the devil press is a tough movement. It's a burpee followed by you have to pull 2 dumbbells over your head and do a snatch.
It's extremely challenging.
And something I've worked on since Sasha has started here. She's made leaps and bounds in her training.
She's so fit.
I would definitely say over, I guess, primarily the last 4 to maybe 6 months, I have really pushed her over and over and over again to grab those 35-pound dumbbells.
Yes.
And yesterday she did the 35-pound dumbbells. You've been pushing her?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yesterday she grabbed the 35-pound dumbbells to start, and she did like the round, the 2.5-minute AMRAP that was required, and then she's like, oh, I'm gonna go grab something lighter, like this is too heavy, I'm not happy with this, and blah blah blah. And I'll come back to this in a second. It was funny, she didn't in the end. And the second time she came to the 35-pound dumbbells, she did it, and I just saw her like grinding hard, like she was suffering with those 35-pound dumbbells, and she wasn't moving as fast as maybe she would have liked, or maybe she wasn't even moving as fast as the other people in the class. But man, when it came time to do the work that had to get done and put in the effort, she gave it everything she had with those 35-pound dumbbells. And then she finished the workout, you know? And there's just something special about, hey, this is the work you have to get done, and just give it a good effort. I don't care if you do 30 less repetitions than the person next to you.
100%.
If you approach it and you're like, oh, like, you know what, I'm going to lift these 35s, and you try your best every single time, then that is a very powerful moment. It was funny because after I was like, Sasha, like, that was so cool. Like, really good effort with the 35-pound dumbbells. I'm really proud of you for not going and grabbing the lighter dumbbells. And it was kind of funny because she came up to me. She's like, well, I wanted to, but there was no lighter dumbbells available. So other people had the lighter. And I said, oh, that's the trick. I just have to remove the 30-pound dumbbells from the gym entirely, and then we'll just do 35s. We're just joking. But in the end, there was just something special. So she was a little bit on a more negative side of like, I don't want to lift these 35-pound dumbbells. This is really hard. I'm struggling with this. I'm not going so as fast as I want. I'm not, you know. And then at the end of the day, like, every time that 35-pound dumbbell had to go over her head, she swung it through her legs and lifted over her head, and it was a grind. And from a coaching perspective, it was a very
she just got exponentially more beast-like every time she got those dumbbells over her head. Yeah. Because you then... every time you're doing that, you're breaking that barrier of like, I can't lift these dumbbells. Mm-hmm. You're just proving yourself wrong every time. Yeah. And it was a powerful moment because, yes, she did maybe one less round every single time, but who cares? You had the work that had to get done. You did it. You put your mind to it. You put your body through it, and you just freaking lifted those dumbbells. Now, obviously, if I'm saying like, hey, guys, the stimulus of the workout is meant to be fast and you're like stuck and you can't like physically you're really, really struggling and your body isn't at a fitness level to lift them yet, then obviously we need to have a discussion and change the weight. Yes. But Sasha was able to in a grindy type way and she pushed through. So it's amazing.
It's just those like little things. Like there's this difference between watching it's I think I've spoken about this on the podcast before, but as a coach, there's the difference between someone going through the motions of a workout, and then there's this other way of someone who is attacking a workout. Yes. And it's a visual thing. It's like these slight difference. You can feel it. You can see that they're in the zone right now. And I'm noticing from a lot of people that they are no longer going through the motions of the workout. A lot of them, and at least every single class, I'm noticing it by a couple people, a lot of them are attacking the workouts. Yeah. They're in this zone. I don't mean like they're going balls to the wall here. What I mean is I can see them analyzing their pacing on the machine. I can see them looking up at the timer and seeing like, okay, like, am I on pace right now? I can see them like challenging themselves a little bit on the weight. They're practicing the transition between movement to movement to movement. Right. They're, like I said, the 3, 2, 1, they're getting one more rep in before the timer hits. Mm-hmm. I can see those little tiny details. It's hard to explain it, I guess. Yeah. It's hard to explain, but it is a very, very cool thing to be a part of when you're coaching. And it's a very powerful thing as well that I'm seeing these people that are not just going through the motions, which that is totally fine, right? That's the most important part, is actually going through the motions and being consistent with your training. But when you get to that next level, and I'm seeing people attack the workouts, okay, the average time for this workout is like 11 minutes. Okay, I'm going to try to get like 10 minutes and 45 seconds. Yeah. And then it's like 3, 2, 1, go. You dial into your pace. You're not going all out, but you dial into your pace. All right, I'm on the rowing machine and I'm just rowing. Okay, I'm good. Okay, calories done. Go to the pull-up bar next. Got to do my toaster bar. And you could just see like there's
the focus, the drive.
Exactly, all those things. And I'm starting to notice it from a community standpoint that people are moving with purpose and they're attacking workouts. They're communicating with each other really, really well in a more positive way, in a more growth mindset way. Like, hey, you can do this. Like, let's go. You got this.
And it doesn't mean like, yay, everything is good and easy and we love everything and all our movements are the favorites. Yeah. It's being positive can be like, that was so friggin' hard, but I'm proud of myself for grabbing that dumbbell. Yeah. That's still a massively positive statement. Yeah. Instead of being like, oh, my score sucks because I went heavy. Yeah. You know, that would be like the same action with a completely different mindset about it. And I don't feel we get much of that anymore at all.
Yeah. And even little things like, oh, shoot, I failed that that lift, you know? It's like you didn't fail. Like you learned from that. You pushed your limits a little bit.
You found your edge.
And that's great. That's what we want sometimes out of training. Now, not
Absolutely.
all the time, but if you get a little bit out of that, it's not like this super discouraging, oh, I failed it, I couldn't lift it. It's like, hey, you pushed your limit a little bit. Fuck yeah, like you need to do this in training sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes it's good to do that. And if you push your threshold a little bit, like there was a bench press the other day, and it's just something, personally, I feel like bench press, I struggle at getting higher numbers in.
Right.
So the other day I was like, you know what? Like I was with Justin and May, and I can't remember, someone else maybe. And I was like, you know, I got to go heavier. I did the 185, did the 195. I was like, oh shoot. Like for me, anything over 200 in bench press was heavy. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for like, put the 205 on there. Like, let's go. And I had to do 5 reps, and Justin was spotting me. And I got to like that 3rd rep, and I gave it everything I had for the 4th, and I failed. And I was like, shit. But I didn't come out of there thinking, oh, I failed my bench press. Like I suck. It's like, no, like I got 3 really good sets of bench press in there.
Yeah.
And on the 4th set, I tried to push my limit a little bit. And that's kind of what I needed. I needed to get out of that like softer shell I've put myself, where 200 pounds is too heavy for me to lift. And you know, I didn't get it, but I learned a lot from it. And I got out of that uncomfortable zone, which we talked about last week. So all that to be said, that was a lot to digest and a little bit of a rant here. A lot of these people are really getting out of their bubble.
Yeah.
They're
and I have
attacking
like
workouts.
25 people that I want to call out right now in my brain. And every time we talk about something, I think about another example of another exemplary member, but we literally are running out of time.
Yeah.
Massive shout out to everybody.
Yeah, I don't even know if we need to do a client of the week. There's just so many people. We've shouted out so many people in this episode specifically. There's so many massive wins that, you know, if I forgot about you, I'm so sorry.
And actually,
there's just 100 wins.
We didn't forget about you. We've just we literally could podcast on this topic for 6 hours straight.
Yeah, I know. There's so many people that are absolutely killing it. They've upped their membership frequency. Yes. They're super consistent. There's just so many really good things, and I'm loving the vibe inside the gym. And I'm hoping,
really enjoying watching everybody become so CrossFit Max.
Yep.
Like the culture is just like oozing out of our members, and it's like probably the thing I'm the most proud of and like so lucky to be a part of. It's
very epic. But yeah, hopefully you guys are feeling fired up like we are.
Let's go!
We're entering Q2 now. Second quarter, we're going to get some baller equipment really, really soon.
Amazing.
We're going to get some new faces in the gym really, really soon. And make sure if you see those new people, you introduce yourself to them like you always do.
If you know people in your life that could benefit from a little bit of CrossFit Max in their life, which is everybody in my opinion. But if you have someone in mind that you're like, you know what, they would totally love this, maybe even just give us their contact information. And it would be my pleasure to reach out to them and be like, hey, your buddy was talking about you, and I wanted to reach out and invite you come for a free session or something like that. We really want to spread the love. This next goal is really to just increase the number of members we have in our gym, and you guys are like the easiest way to help us.
Yep. And help
others.
Us
help others.
Yeah, lead by example, baby.
Hell yeah.
So we hope you guys got some great value out of this podcast. Remember that we do have a buy me a protein shake down below in the links, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Yay.
See ya.